Can you, I mean, the aim of the cull is to remove 70% of the population of badgers. But we don't know what the badger population is.
No, we don't, and I think, again, in the book I try and bring that out. When I debate with farmers, I get all these outlandish numbers. There's millions of badgers. We're getting overrun with badgers. You know, the radio interviews recently I was doing in the southwest that, you know, badgers are terrorising Gloucestershire villages. You know, they're sort of overturning bins, they're going into cat flaps, they're, you know, swiping off penises of cats. There's lots of things, and they're big, giant badgers now as well. So you get, you know, and when you look back in the 19th and 18th century, you saw these myths emerge in folklore in rural society, that there were badgers the size of bears, you know, are out there, and they re-emerge. Even today, bloody hell, it's the same story coming back again. And you know, so you've got that going on. Do we know how many animals we have? No. I would say a rough estimate, probably around 400,000 to 450,000 badgers in this country at any one time. Has that population increased since the protection in the early 70s? Yes, because the level of destruction of sets, the level of persecution was such that the animals were just being wiped out effectively across large parts of the country. So you had to do something. So the law has helped stabilise and has allowed certain parts of the country to have a more healthy, dynamic badger population. Are we farming for badgers? Well, in certain places, yes, effectively, because of the pasture and the grounds of which we have farming, that it does, you know, help badgers. The fact that you have crops in the field at certain times of the year that the badgers can get access to. All of these things can have an impact on the numbers. But then you've got to think about the downside of the badger population. Maybe 50,000 a year get killed on our roads, and the numbers of cars since 1973 has massively increased. You know, there's no such thing as a quiet road in Britain anymore. Even in rural or urban areas, constant traffic to a large degree, so that happens. We have persecution has not gone away. We estimate that maybe up to 10,000 badgers could be illegally killed in this country every year, and the persecution is coming from a broad spectrum of society. So it's coming from landowners, it's coming from hunt masters, from terrier men, who want affiliate badger sets to allow the hounds to go after the foxes and not to, you know, to be thrown off the scent. It's coming from property developers, because up and down this country there's huge pressure now to build more homes and massive amounts of money to be made. If you look at the Thames corridor, Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire area, the rising value of property is such that if you can get a bit of land and build a few houses, you're in the big time money. Even as a small developer, you'll turn it around fast. Badger set get in the way? Oh, what's the fine? 5,000 quid. All right, get the bulldozer over it, I'll pay the bloody fine. I'm going to make £500,000 on that house, what the hell do I care? That's happening up and down the country all the time. So we've got property developers killing them, hunt masters, terrier men. Then we've got the farmers and landowners who think, shit, if I can't cull them quickly enough here, I'll just do it anyway, because that's a green light from the government. And then you've got the sadistic badger baiters, and you've got a new generation of them coming in. Some of them are now coming in, you know, from traditional societies where it's been passed down from father to son in Yorkshire and places like that. You've got East European gangs who are getting involved more in the illegal gambling side that's brought it in. You've even got, you know, different ethnic communities in the north now who are basically, you know, not involved in this at all in the past, but now are trading dogs on the internet and then, you know, getting involved in fighting as well. So there's a whole new breed and a whole more diverse section of society that are getting involved in badger persecution. Put all that together, this animal has a pretty tough time, and the final aspect of it is disease. You know, there's lots of diseases that can impact on them, and if it's a really dry spring, for example, the cubs can't get access to earthworms and their numbers decline. So if anyone says to me that badgers are overrunning the country, they're a pest, they should be killed, without consequence or consideration, they're wrong.